Evening. Hi, welcome to RC Quad Mods. I'm Keith McCauley, aka Callister. Got Savard at the helm there doing the camera work tonight. So what we're going to do today is discuss some issues that I've had with the JJR H21. Great little copter, however, I noticed when I first got it, took it out of the box, seemed to have some issues with the power distribution to some of the props. Essentially fire it up and I'd have one or two props kind of slowly going while all the other ones were either an idle speed or higher. So I figured, well, what can I possibly do to alleviate this issue? And I thought to myself, well, all the other quadcopters I've had, there's been some way of calibrating the gyros. So both me and Savard decided we'd hop online and try and figure out how to do this adjustment, because...
Wait, was that heroes or gyros?
Did I say heroes or gyros?
No,
I'm going to say heroes.
I think gyros, it's spelled the same, but it said heroes in one reference and gyros in the other.
I can't remember.
You know, gyro is J-Y-R-O, which is gyro for a quadcopter or hexacopter.
Yeah.
And a gyro, or hero, is J-Y-R-O at like the
like
corner shop.
Like something you eat.
Yeah, yeah.
I still call them gyros when I order them.
I call them heroes, but
yeah.
I was brought up in the hood.
And you have a hood.
That's so hood. Gyros.
You know, hood's the piece of skin that covers the clitoris, right?
What's that?
So anyway, we jumped online and checked out a few forums and stuff like that to see if we could get somebody to tell us exactly how these calibrations were done. Because apparently, well, I didn't receive a manual with mine. I just kind of got the quad, had to order the controller separate. But so we checked out some of these forums and we were kind of getting mixed information. Some people were saying essentially take your sticks, go to the bottom right hand or left hand corner, and then hit the top right hand button at the top, and it should calibrate your gyros. But we're getting kind of told it was done this way and that way and the other way. We tried all the suggested ways of doing the calibration, but nothing seemed to work. So one night I was encountering the same problem with the props again, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to figure out this freaking calibration thing. So within the matter of 10-15 minutes of kind of playing around with the sticks and the buttons at the top, I finally found something, did something where it actually responded, and I did get a strobe from the quad lights. So what I finally narrowed it down to and was able to do...
You swallowing a squirrel?
What? Swallowing a squirrel.
You're like...
Oh, I thought you meant I said stuff.
No, it's like you're from V. You're like freaking swallowing back the rat.
Let me unhinge my jaw. Give me something big and furry to swallow.
You should never leave a door open like that. It could be something big and furry. Well, alright then.
Your vagina looks like a mop. So where was I?
I have no idea. Okay.
So yeah, so I finally figured out the series of things I had to do to finally get this calibration done, which ultimately ended up being a lot simpler than I first thought. So with this particular quad, or actually it's a hexi, what the fuck am I talking about?
So used to saying quad.
Yeah, so with this particular mini hexacopter, it has 3 different modes of flight, being the key to actually calibrating it. Because essentially what ends up happening is, I'll give you a demonstration. This way, you know, people can't say, oh yeah, I did it this way and it didn't work. Well, you know what? I'm actually going to hook this thing up. I'm going to show you exactly how the calibration is done. Then there's no freaking guesswork. I can even do it multiple times here just to kind of show you. So anyway, so we'll toss a battery in here.
And we're going to post this on RC groups.
Yeah, just so people...
on the forums, just so that, like, okay, this is definitively the way that you do this. There's no questions, ifs, ands, or buts. And this is not just calibrating the gyro. This is calibrating the accelerometer, which a lot of people don't know. Once McAllister figured out how to do the gyro thing, I was just like, have you tried doing it the other way? Like the other direction with the joysticks, because some flight controllers have the gyro and the accelerometer can be calibrated at the same time. Others cannot, and it turns out with the H21, you have to do a calibration of both the gyro and the accelerometer, and we're going to show you how to do that. That's going to do probably 3 different things. What would you say? First off is fixing the problem with the prop spinning not at the same speed.
Yeah.
And calibrating the gyro also made it super stable in flight. And then when we figured out you could calibrate the accelerometer, all of a sudden the thing, like when you put some throttle to it, it responded almost immediately. It transformed this little hexie. So now we're going to show you how to do it.
Indeed. Now the guy off camera is done flapping his jowls. We'll get this shit figured out. First of all, we'll see actually if we have any issues. Looks like they're all firing pretty uniformly. So the issue I had before was 1 or 2 of the props wouldn't fire up at the same time. It doesn't look like we're going to have that issue tonight. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and show you how to do this calibration. So on the top left-hand corner, this is your essentially your settings for first, second, and third mode, and just essentially gives you more agility and allows you to do a lot more things with the hexacopter as you move from beginner to advanced, intermediate, stuff like that. It allows you to do more stuff. So anyway, we'll essentially go right now. The quad is in mode 1. Go to mode 2, you hear 2 beeps. Now we're going to go into mode 3, and this is where the calibration is going to happen. So now, being in mode 3, what we can do now that we're in mode 3, and I turned off the LEDs just to show you when it actually responds to the calibration, you'll see it start to flash. So now that we're in mode 3, we're going to take the sticks, we're going to move them both to the left.
And you get this.
Go ahead.
You get the fast flash. That's the thing to look for. That's calibrating the gyro.
So now we're going to go and do exactly the same thing, but to the opposite right-hand corner with the 2 sticks. And that's going to give you a slow flash, which is now shown that your accelerometer has been calibrated. So now with those 2 calibrations done, whatever issues you may have had, especially with the slow props, that should be essentially alleviated. Ever since we found the proper combination to recalibrate the gyros, anytime I've had that issue, as soon as I do the calibration, it's essentially been fixed. So anyway, I got the got it ready to go. To pack away our battery. But
it's insane the way that these calibrations have changed the way that this thing flies. It flew good off the get-go, but now that you've done these calibrations, it's insanely good.
Yeah, like any instability, and actually I gotta remember, when you complete your calibration, remind yourself you're still in mode 3.
Yeah, that's a big thing to remember.
So click yourself into mode 1 or mode 2, whatever you're comfortable with. But essentially, she's good to go. Yeah.
She's good to crash.
See if I still have my prop on, we can still fly, but anyway.
Oh, we're missing a prop. No, it happens.
more times than we like to admit.
We were flying this outdoors, so all the blade guards are off. Plus, to be honest, with the blade guards, it seemed to break blades easier than it did than just popping them off.
But anyway, we'll actually do another recalibration, which you should probably do every time.
Every time you crash or anything, just like take a few seconds that it takes to do that.
Fire up. And away we go.